I want to ask you about the farm system, because a lot of people seem to think the Dodger farm system is bare.
Right.
They look at, okay, we had Martin and Loney and Kemp and Kershaw and Billingsley and Broxton and all these guys, and now it's kind of like they're not all lined up ready to come again.
Yeah.
No,
go ahead.
And what do you have to say to that? I mean, the other thing I want to put a caveat in here.
Sure.
A year ago, nobody had heard of Ruby De La Rosa.
Correct.
Well, what happened there?
Well, I think a couple things. I think perception isn't always correct in anything in the world, and I think perception was definitely battered about by people that maybe didn't have the inside knowledge. And we're not somebody, Mark, that's going to go out and publish who our best guys are and tell toot our horn to a degree if you want, but also from just a baseball information standpoint, we try to stay fairly close-lipped on guys and stuff like that. So Ruby, I think if you'd asked any of us here, it's no surprise to any of us that he's doing as well as he is. As a matter of fact, I mean, there have been people that certainly mentioning that they thought he could be pitching in major leagues this year. So he was not a surprise for us, nor was Jerry Sands or any of the guys that you're talking about. I think that in the game, what you're seeing in the game with the influx of more media coverage, more blogging, more this, more that, I think you're getting more inaccuracies out there, just my own opinion. Mm-hmm. And people are going to their sources. Well, they know a guy that scouts for the so-and-so team, and he says, I don't think the Dodgers have very much. And he might be an area scout that really doesn't have that much inside information. So my opinion, a lot of it is people are getting not as solid of information as they used to get when you have such a high influx. And I know this will make a lot of the bloggers mad at me, and I don't mean to, but I just think that so the sources aren't looked into as great as they used to be. And so so I think part of it is the information, the way it's distributed nowadays compared to what it used to be distributed, and you got so many different lists and rankings and this and that. And I think a lot of the rankings, Mark, are based on how much money a guy's given rather than talent sometimes. And I don't draft off of how much money we give a guy. Matter of fact, I'll give some guys less money, and in my own mind, I think that player's better than somebody that got more money. It's just how it works, because I know he doesn't have to get taken as high in the draft because other teams aren't on him. So, it's one of those things. As far as the depth in the system and stuff, I'd love to spend some time and talk to you about it, because I think we got a lot of depth. I really think our last year's draft will show to be probably, it might be the best draft since I've been here. Might even be better than the 02 draft. And I think you have to have an understanding too. Loney and Billingsley, Broxton, Kershaw, all these guys, they all came about the same time, and they were all on the same teams together. One thing we've done here, we've changed our philosophy a little bit. We're trying to win in a lot of our affiliates, and so we're the guys aren't as grouped together as much as they used to be. And so I think that it's spreads it a little bit further out, so it makes it harder to identify and stand on who those guys are. But whatever questions you got.